All right, YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all checking in as always. Um, just a quick update. Obviously, last video, hey, we got the car up and running. Since then, see, I went ahead and put the front end back together. Pretty much got all my hoses and actually started plumbing the car, making sure I didn't have any, coolant leaks. Check for oil, fuel. I did have like one fuel leak. It was just a end fitting. I had to tighten up a little bit. Everything else seems to be working pretty good. Got some other parts in, oil cooler, motion race first catch can. I think I'll show some of that in a later video. Interior, I pretty much got the interior back together. I got my shifter set up. I got a offset shifter from TIG Performance. I'm a big, come from the LS, so I use TIG for a lot of the old Magnum stuff. And T56 stuff. So got that from there. That kind of puts the shifter where I want it. Went ahead and got a quick release steering wheel with an NRG hub with that. Did get an NRG seat in as well, just the driver's seat for now. Even got a set of harnesses as well, SFI certified. Don't think I'll need them because I won't be going that fast, so shouldn't be too much of an issue for me. But yeah, got all that good to go. And then I went ahead and bought an angle kit. So this is kind of a knockoff angle kit, as you'll see. I think it's FAPO. I'll link it. I got it from Amazon. They sell the same or similar kit other places too, but it's literally pretty much an SLR knockoff. Same parts, same design, everything. Just a fraction of the price. It actually seems like it was pretty good quality. So again, this is just a quick video just showing that. I didn't go too in depth with putting this thing on, but you can see it does pretty make a good difference. And the feel driving it, I can actually feel it as well. So hopefully y'all enjoy. Again, some more exciting stuff's coming down the line. I'm just trying to get y'all through these videos and updated to where I am now. So appreciate you as always. Holla at your boy. All right, y'all, what's up? We back. It's super hot in this garage. I've been out here a couple minutes, started sweating already, but pressing on with this. You see in the car, like it's getting there, Pretty much everything I need done is almost done. Just gotta figure out the diff. I'm trying to figure out whether I want to get a LSD or something, or if I'm just gonna take it out and weld it. Probably gonna end up just welding it. Interior is pretty much set up. E-brakes good. I just gotta bleed the e-brakes. I need to bleed the actual brakes too. But not bad. I even installed like a little ball valve. So I can actually basically have an emergency brake, so I can pull it, lock the ball valve, and I have an e-brake, for when I'm parking. Wheel, all that stuff. Yeah, just gotta do like the stuff like bleeding and brakes and all that stuff. It's good enough to drive, but not good enough for, any high performance stuff. So what I'm gonna do right now, this is the angle kit I got. This is pretty much like an SLR knockoff, basically. I forgot who makes these, but seen these used by a couple people. Seems to be good quality for what I'm using it for. Obviously, entry level. I got my arms here. Obviously, these arms, like this arm here, will ultimately replace the arm right here. So this L will end up being this L. Same thing on the other side. Got my tie rod extensions here, hardware, and then this changes the pickup point for the tie rods. So other than that, it's a pretty simple kit. So I'll show you kind of the angle it's at now. Just put the wheels back on. Just to show kind of where the angle is now. So this is full lock. I'm gonna end up trying to mark. I should have left it on the ground, but full lock. The wheels on the ground or lifted off the ground. You can kind of see that. Not a whole bunch of angle, particularly here. So this is kind of This is pretty much what I'm looking at. You know, nothing too crazy. So we'll show kind of an after, just to show the difference of what I seem to be getting. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get into it. Try to get some of the stuff taken apart, and then like I say, we'll go from there. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. Alright, I'm gonna get into it, start disassembling, take the wheels off, all that stuff. We'll go from there. I gotta close this garage too in here. Taking off the tie rod arms. You see take out the bottom bolt for the lower control arm. I get you in here. See what I'm talking about. Got my tie rod bolt here. I'm gonna take this loose. I have my connection again for the lower control arm right here. Bolt, I'll take that off, and then pretty much I have a bolt here that I have to take off, and then just the back piece. I probably actually have to take this little tray off as well, but I'll get it going. Stock lower control arm off, and you see this one pretty much just mirrors it. So here's my two bolts where the back anchor mounts. I forget what you call this bushing. I think this one was already bad anyway, so a lot of times the steering wouldn't feel super solid. So I think this bushing was a lot of problems with that. But you see here, like 2 points here for the connection. So one of those, I had to figure out which one it is. One thing about this kit, it doesn't come with instructions, but I'll link a page below of a guy that put this kit in. I kind of watched his video for, making sure I was doing it right. Obviously the tie rod arm here, and then I had a new one there. So just to show you under the difference. So yeah, this is the stock one that I took off. Still haven't taken this side off yet, and then the tie rod this side, obviously, again, that's the 2 bolts for that mount. Then you have your L shape out to the knuckle. And yeah, so it's pretty much it. Not too bad. Wasn't too hard to get off either. I didn't have an actual separator, but I just kind of hammered, as you saw, the mounting point, the vibration, and that with a little bit of heat and WD-40, it dropped back out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the rest of it on. Let's do it. All right, got this side done. And bolted up. I can definitely tell. Looks like this already gave it a lot more camber. So I may have to adjust my top hats here to kind of pull some of that out, but we'll see exactly how it looks. It's pretty simple. Getting this tie rod is probably one of the harder points because it's one of those backward style, not backward style, but like the normal lefty righty lefty loosey righty tighty thing or whatever it is. This one side is normal, but this opposite end over here isn't normal. So trying to get this autofocus to work. I don't know why it's not doing this thing. There we go. All right, so we got it in. Nothing too crazy. We got this kind of the adapter, kind of changed the pickup points. So obviously, the normal pickup point for the stock knuckle is right here on the end. So then here, kind of moves it more inward, so you got a little bit more push and pull. Got your lower control arm. All this stuff mounts. Nice. No issue. Lollipops in the back. I left the lollipops loose because I'm not exactly sure how my caster is gonna be. I don't want to have like a bunch of caster or anything at the moment. Like I said, I'll see how it is once I actually put the wheel back on and sit it down. But pretty simple setup. I'm gonna go ahead and try to show you the other side, and hopefully can show you kind of how I do it. I gotta finish taking this other side off. Again, everything's pretty much unbolted and already loosened. I just gotta get the rest of the bolts actually out and then go from there. I realized later I keep calling these bolts. They're really more like studs that are attached to tie rod and then obviously the lower control arm. So tie rod, again, I'm just taking that off now. I literally slides on from the bottom. There's just a nut on the top that holds it. So I'm really just taking the nuts off. And again, they have tools to get these out. I'm not planning to reuse mine, so I just kind of hammered them out, put the nut back on, hammered it to keep it, try to keep it from stripping or damaging the threads if I happen to reuse it, but I don't plan to. So this side to give me a little more trouble than the other. So here you see me trying to get the lower control arm off. The bolt's already, the nut's already off. It's just now I'm trying to actually get it to drop out of the point. It's a tolerance fit, so Again, I didn't have the tool for it, but again, like I said, I'm not planning to reuse it, so I was pretty much able just to hammer it without any care. Obviously, if you want to keep yours and not damage it, again, they have tools you can rent and make sure it's situated. But it's pretty much just those 3 points to mount: the one at the knuckle, the one at the call it the subframe, and then the point at the back where the lollipop bolts in with those 2 bolts. And like I said, everything is unbolted right now already. I'm just pretty much literally just trying to get it to come out of the knuckle. Same thing for the center mount piece or mount point. So overall, this is pretty easy to do as far as how you get it out. It just again takes a little bit of effort sometimes to get the stuff to disconnect when it's been in there probably years, and not to mention, like I said, it's a tolerance fit. But yeah, get back to it. Control arm on the other side's off. Everything's off and good to go. Yeah, I'm gonna clean up the brakes a little bit and the calipers and stuff, and then after that, I mean, go ahead and keep pushing. So unfortunately, like I said, the kit doesn't really come with any instructions. But here's your new pickup point for your lower arm. Kind of have this piece here. You have these 2 pins. And you see it has 2 pins here, so I can match those 2 pins up to the first 2 holes. I'll show you what it looks like once I get it in here. If you look in here, you see you got a hole, but you see how it's off center. So you can do those first 2 holes, you can do the second 2 to center the other way, or you can do them diagonal to put it in the middle. That's why I'm gonna run it for now in the middle. So I just put it in the diagonal holes, and you see now the holes in the center. So this is a new pickup point for, you see the lower control arm and the tie rod. I'm gonna go ahead and mount this on. I also go ahead and put this black bolt in. This make sure I remember where it goes where. It's easier if you put this in now. This goes in the back of this because it'll kind of lock the bolt in place, because you won't be able to get to it to hold it afterwards. But see how it kind of recesses in there, so boom, you got automatic lock. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here. Let me find the correct hardware. Alright, so for this we have 2. This will be where the control arm mounts, the longer one. And I have the shorter one here. This is going to be for the adapter. And it should have been 2 washers, I feel like. Oh no, that's on the other thing. Cool. I'm actually going to throw this bolt in first. Let me see if I can make this easier. One thing I forgot to mention that I didn't speak on earlier when I was talking about that cone piece that goes in the adapter with the 2 pins, that allows for Ackerman adjustment. Again, I'm not super well versed on the whole suspension setup and all that. I think lower Ackerman, you can lower the Ackerman for, set up for a faster drift, and then, medium to high is more for like a road racing, I think. Again, I could be wrong, but right now I set mine in the middle. Shouldn't be an issue there. Again, I guess I'll find out. And then if I need to adjust it, I can. But for now, again, just gonna leave it there. I'm pretty sure I have like the a lower or medium Ackerman, but that'll be something I actually look into once I kind of test the car out and see what works. And then also, like I said, this kit didn't come with any instructions, but I did find a kind of SLR product for theirs for the same vehicle. Because again, like I said, it's pretty much just a clone of their kit. And then
the adapter, the piece that I'm actually connecting load control arm to. So once I put the load control arm on, that bolt would nut, or that nut, excuse me, would be torqued to 81 foot-pounds. The same for the actual top connection nut that actually ties it into the knuckle. And then the actual outer piece is close to where the tie rod connects. Torque value for that was like 63 pounds, 63 foot-pounds. So I just torqued them based on that since they're about the same, and we'll see how it feels. Overall, this kit was pretty simple to install. I mean, if it had instructions, it would definitely be like super simple. My car's 24, 25 years old, so I was able to get that off with relative ease. Didn't have too many issues there. The kit itself is still solidly built, so I don't think I'll have any issues with that. And then again, like I said, for me as a beginner getting out there, I'd rather destroy something cheap initially to at least get the hang of it and figure out what I'm doing, and then I can kind of go into spending more money on something maybe a little more official. But based on what I saw, like these should be like, I don't know if it's the same quality as SLR, but definitely the same exact kit. It's a replica, so it's supposed to be a cheap drip build. I already spent enough money on the engine and trans, so yeah, we gotta cut some corners somewhere. So we'll see though. But like I said, it feels quality. No issues with the welds, any of that. The parts, the hardware, all that seems solid. So hopefully it works out. I guess we'll find out soon. Alright, got it installed. As you can see from under, it's a little kit, lollipops. I don't have the tie rods tight yet because I'm not sure. I'm trying to eyeball in a little alignment, but we'll see the difference turning. I notice right now everything's tight, so technically, you see that's a major difference. Major difference. I think I gotta loosen up some of this stuff because I think I got it a little too tight. So, same thing before. There's some points I was trying to match up. And then the front, compared to that inside wheel. So it definitely looks like way more angle now. I think that's lock. I do know that's actually a pretty good lock. I don't want to go farther than that because I don't want, like how right now my tie rod is a little bit behind the actual rack, so I actually probably need to put a limiter on to stop it from going quite that far. Yeah, I mean, not saying I'm ever. So it looks like everything's pretty much done then. Show you the lot one more time. So as you can see here, this is a drastic improvement over what we had. So now we just gotta get out there and test it out, see how it does.